Hey everyone, this is Teresa from Base 10 Montessori, and today I want to give you a review on my Fellows laminating machine. And I also want to go back to my Epson EcoTank printer and show you what it looks like and what it sounds like when it prints off cardstock. Because I did mention that printing cardstock was difficult for my Epson printer, and I really want to give you an honest review and an honest idea of what it looks like and sounds like to print on cardstock. And I also want to show you what it looks like when the images are printed out so that you can see the quality of the image. So we're going to do a review on the laminating machine. But first, I'm going to show you how my Epson EcoTank printer works when it's printing on cardstock. So after I print out something on my EcoTank printer, I am going to cut it out, I'm going to laminate it, and I'm going to cut the corners off from it. But there's something I wanted to show you first, and that is Montessori Printshop, because what I'm printing off today is going to be a free file from the Montessori Printshop. Now, I am not endorsed by them. I don't get compensated by them. I just like them because they have a lot of affordable resources that I can access and that I can do a lot of things with. And I want to share that resource with you because I feel like it's one of the better options out there. If you're willing to make some of your own materials, this can take you a fairly long way in the Montessori world. So the Montessori Print Shop is available to the United States and to Canada. So I'm going to go into the United States site. Now, here's my question, and if anybody out there is looking at this and listening to this from outside of the United States or outside of Canada, I would love to see if this works for you at all. So I'm going to go over to this free section right here, and when you scroll down, there's all these free templates, and I don't know how this works if you live outside of the United States or outside of Canada. So if somebody out there wants to try this, try to get some of these free resources for Montessori Print Shop if you live outside of the United States, and let me know if this works for you. Maybe you could drop a comment down below and say you tried to do this and you live in this country and it did work for you or it didn't work for you, because I don't see why the free templates shouldn't be at least available to other countries, but maybe there's something there. So I don't know. Let me know if this works for you. But today I am printing off these electrical appliances 3-part cards. So I've already downloaded this. It's in my files. And today I'm going to print it off. We're going to laminate it and we're going to use the corner cutter on these cards. So with that being said, I'm going to switch over to my other camera and show you how this actually works. But just a quick note, for some reason, my printer is really, really slow today. It's not normally this slow. Waiting for it to print out is kind of annoying. It might have something to do with my Wi-Fi connection. It might have something to do with the fact I need to do an update. I'm not quite sure. If you need to put your video on 2 times the speed just to get through the parts that you don't really want to spend a lot of time watching, you might want to do that right about now. So now we've got our pictures printed out. I've got them all cut up. They're ready to go into the laminating sheets. And now we have to turn our laminator on, which is over here. So now you'll see that it's starting to warm up. There's going to be 3 options, a 3mm, 4, and 5. Now I always choose the 5. And in order to do this, you have to buy the 5mm sheets. These are thicker. And I always buy these over the 3mm or the 4 because I like really thick cards. There's nothing more annoying than laminating something and having that paper curl up on you. So I always go with cardstock, and I always go with the 5mm laminating sheets. And then I have to select the 5mm option on the laminator when I do the corresponding sheet. All right. The laminator's ready. It just beeped at me. So that means it's hot, it's ready to go, but I need to put my paper in my laminating pouches right here. All right. So we're going to open that up. And I'm going to start putting cards in. And this is the toughest part right here. Making sure they don't slip around once you get it in there. No, well, actually the toughest part is making sure there's no dog hair in it. That's really the toughest part. The second toughest part is making sure they don't slip around. All right, let me pull this out just a little bit more so you can see it go through. I'm just gonna feed it through. All right, there it is. It's a little hot to the touch down at the bottom, but the top is cooled off. So that's what it looks like. Now I have to cut it out. And when I'm done cutting it out, what I like to do next is I get my little corner cutter and I cut the corners off, and I can show you what that looks like in just a second. All right, so here we're gonna do the corner cutter. I'm going to do, let's see, I think I'm gonna do this one. Let's give it a try. Now this is getting kind of old, it's getting kind of dull, so it's possible it might stick, but I'll show you what it does. It did stick just a little bit. Need to get a new one there. That's a good corner. There's a corner. So most of them cut well. It was just this corner that had a little issue. Now you can also do this with the little labels. It's a little more annoying. You have to make sure you really get in there just right. Right there. And it kind of rounds it out. And that's what it looks like if you use it on this. This is the medium size. So If you do the smaller size, it'll be a little more angular. See that? Seems to be that same corner again. And I didn't like that corner either. All right, so obviously I need a new corner cutter or just a better quality one, but I love these corner cutters. And what I do next when it doesn't really cut, I just take scissors and I just snip it off a little bit. It'll do the job, right? Okay, there it is. It's a little extra work, but I like the smooth corners because those corners can get really pokey, especially when you have the cardstock and the 5mm lamination. It can become pretty thick and those corners can get pretty sharp. So I like smoothing the corners out and making them just a little bit nicer for my students. Anyways, that's all I have for you today. I hope you liked this. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, give it a thumbs up. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you in the next video.